Nigerian and Cameroon artists have taken over US Afrobeat Billboard. That is one thing they need to understand right now, not coming after Nigerians to attack them for their successes in the music industry. I think a lot of people, they have a lot of things to say about this whole thing that is a trend in Africa right now. The envy many countries are having on Nigerian successes on Afrobeat to an extent is quite disturbing and uninspiring. We have to come together to stay together, build a formidable music industry in Africa. Just like the Grammy Awards, we can build something like that. From what you're seeing on the screen right now, you have Burna Boy, Rema, you have Thames, and a lot of others dominating the US Afrobeat chart. And we have our own sister from Cameroon, that is a person of Libyanka, on top of that chart with her song People. People don't really know you. Libyanka has been one of Nigerians' favorite ever since she dropped a song called People, and she collaborated with the likes of Irasta and Omale on this. And Davido put her on in US at his show, and that is what brotherliness is supposed to be. But the way they are taking it, they are having a lot of things to speak about Nigeria based on their successes in the music industry. I want you guys to listen to this guy from Cameroon speaking about Nigerian music industry and Cameroon music industry.
Read me raw right now, but don't compete with Nigeria. To build a Davido here is a miracle without Nigerian support. Not because Nigerians play better music, but because they have a market. Play something that no other person has ever played, and Nigerians will buy it. But if you want to copy Nigerian songs and high life to play like them, they will always prefer their brother.
This is a serious pandemic eating deep into the fabrics of African entertainment to an extent. Instead of them to support Nigeria and for us to support them, right now we are fighting over superiority. That is not supposed to be so. And a lot of people need to actually understand that. We've reached out to a lot of African countries supporting them, just like Libyanka. Nigeria actually made Libyanka. She topped chart in Nigeria that week. She dropped her song People, and that song was used on TikTok mostly by Nigerians, actually trending it around the world. Davido actually had to put her on stage and then make her to sing to his audience, and that was welcomed to an extent. But right now they are having another different stories to say about Nigerians not playing their song. If you want to sound global, you should sound global, and a lot of people will get to hear you. That is what I noticed about Libyanka and some other African artists out there that are making waves around the world. In South Africa, we have Nasty C, who is being loved by Nigerians to an extent. We have to embrace unity and love in this entertainment industry. Believe you me, Libyanka was put on by Nigerians on that chart. That is actually paying off at a time like this. A lot of people can really attest to that and get to believe the story from that point of view. How many of you remember the days of Makusa? Yes, Nigeria actually came out to support Makusa, and that became a trend in Nigeria. They dominated Nigerian music industry at the time until Nigerians came up with their own unique sound. I think we don't have to make enmity with Nigeria over the successes. We have the market, good and fine, but we've invested a lot of energy, resources, billions of dollars in the entertainment industry, which is paying off right now. International collaboration started in the days of the Banj, Mohit, Two-Face, Idibia. These guys were paying as much as $1 million to have foreign artists get featured on their song, and that was not paying off then, but right now it is paying off because the whole world got to hear us at a time like this. From what the man said, he noted that Nigerians, they don't make quality songs. That is actually wrong to an extent, because we have quality sounds coming in from Nigeria and we have unique sounds to an extent. That is one thing they don't really understand. About 500 cultures from Nigeria, or different ethnicity from Nigeria, and we have dynamic stories to tell about these cultures and about this ethnicity. That has helped our diversity to an extent. That is one thing a lot of people don't seem to understand. And from Edo State, in Edo State alone, we have over 20 languages in Edo State, and that is another unique quality of being in Nigeria. Another thing Nigerians have actually emphasized on in their sounds is universality. That is, they want to sound global. They want other people around the world to relate with them. That has actually counted in favor of Nigeria, and you should not hate them for that. Instead, you should copy their model and then implement in your music industry and see whether you will not succeed with it. Storytelling is another quality of Nigerian music. This is one unique quality that a lot of people around the globe have enjoyed about Nigeria. Looking at Whiskey's Ojuelegba, looking at Davido's Fall and other songs, you will get to understand that yes, we have quality story to tell in our music. In Nigeria, music has been treated as an investment and also entertainment to an extent because you have to take care of those people making music. That is why you need to treat music as an investment so that it can provide succor, it can provide means of livelihood for those people making music, and that will improve the kind of music and the quality of music they make. The creative industry has also gone up as a result of trying to tell a visual story of our music in a better spotlight. The likes of Davido, Fino, and others, they spend as much as 100 million naira just to shoot a music or 5 minutes music video. That is a huge investment to an extent. Let's watch Davido in Cameroon live, with the love of Cameroonian actually pouring in on Davido. Let's watch it. What is your own take about this? I want you to put that in the comment section. You can go and check me on TikTok. Check the link also. You have my Telegram channel and we do a lot of conversation and a lot of speakings around that. Somebody came up with a particular post about the Ghana music industry on a recent video I did talking about Ghana music industry versus Nigerian music industry to an extent. And a lot of people don't like talking about this particular topic of discussion because there is a kind of hate going on between the Ghanaian music industry and the Nigerian music industry among their fans, not the artists themselves. Talking about that, a person of Davido actually brought out Arthur and King Promise at his shows in Atlanta, and that was so loud and they were excited to be part of Davido's movement. This person said Ghanaians YouTubers are the ones propagating and instigating hatred towards Nigeria and Nigerians. They are doing whatever it takes to turn other African countries against Nigeria or Nigeria. To an extent, we that are in the blogging space understand this. They constantly attack us to an extent. And I think that is not going to help Ghana music industry. They need to focus on what is really happening in the music industry in Ghana and not focusing on the hatred they have for Nigeria for their successes or their gains in the music or the Afrobeat world. Do you quite agree with this person that made this particular comment on social media on my page? I want you to put in the comment section below. Ghana music industry lacks funding and support from Mr. Logic, a talent manager in Ghana. He spoke this and a lot of people quite agree with him. I saw his own perspective. Most stakeholders or the industry stakeholders in Ghana, they are not really making big investments in their Afrobeat sector or their music or entertainment sector. That is quite telling a lot about how poor the industry is.